Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the GLB-90 method. The GLB-90 method is a framework that I created for enacting change in security environments. So the target of this video will be security managers or consultants who are trying to enact change in an environment. The purpose of it is to allow you to build a security roadmap by tackling or considering a few areas as a starting point. So imagine a scenario where you've been assigned onto a new project or a new company as a consultant, or you started as a GRC manager and you just find that there's a lot of things that need to improve, there are a lot of changes that need to be made, but then you find that the current workforce aren't too engaged. Maybe there's some things that have gone wrong in the past. Trust in security isn't too high. And overall, it's just a hostile working environment or a hostile environment for enacting change, or a very busy environment. So the question to answer in this scenario is, how do you enact change in a way that is long lasting? I.e., how do you make sure that as a consultant, once you move on, the changes you've embedded don't disappear overnight? So that's where the GLB-90 method comes in. So the G stands for gather people. So the first step is to ensure that before you do anything, you communicate with the workforce. You don't start any sort of change, or you don't try to implement anything new until you have a sit down with the workforce. So talk to the different business areas and the people that work within those areas as well. Build relationships. If relationships are a bit fragmented, make efforts towards rebuilding those relationships. Capture their frustrations, capture their issues, because they're on the front line, they're seeing everything. You need to make sure that before you do anything, or before you try to devise any sort of plan, you get a accurate temperature check almost as to what's going on in that environment. And then the next step is to look at long-term planning. So the L stands for long-term. So develop a long-term plan in line with the business's objectives. So what does the business want to achieve strategically in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, etc. Make sure that anything that you do decide in terms of your long-term plan, so anything that can't be done within a year, let's say, make sure everything aligns with the business, because to get their endorsement in terms of the security plan, it's important there's alignment with the core business. As part of that, have a look at your workforce and determine what capabilities that you need to develop. So let's say you would like to develop a SOC, determine the skill set that you need internally, or if you're going to outsource that. On top of that, make sure that you build out a plan for how many people you need, get an understanding of all of that whilst you're long-term planning. The next step, B, baseline. So you need to capture the as-is position. So where are we today? What processes, people, and technology do we have in place right now? And the 90 element is a 90-day plan. So you need to create and commit to a 90-day plan to address the gap between the desired state that you've captured as a long-term plan, and then the baseline that you've observed where you see that there are gaps. That's what you call the gap analysis. So you need to create a 90-day plan. You need to divide the plan up. And this plan is important in proving that your changes work. So try not to be too ambitious. Pick something manageable. But easy to demonstrate its use. So something that people will find useful, so you can get their buy-in. And it's important that when you're assigning the different actions, that you assign it across the business, so that people are invested and people take ownership of the various areas of the plan that you've devised. So in a nutshell, GLB-90 method. G for gathering people, so interacting with your workforce, talking to leadership, talking to the different business areas. Long-term planning, taking a long-term view, understanding where you'd like to be in, let's say, 1 to 2 up to 10 years. B, baseline, where are you right now? And then dash 90 days, create a 90-day plan so you can understand, or you can begin to build momentum in a short period of time to restore faith in your workforce. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below, or you can drop me an email. But thanks for watching.